Here at the County Hall in Preston, a two-day inquest is ongoing into the death of Nicola Bulley, a 45-year-old mother of two who went missing on January the 27th, and her body was not found until 3 weeks later. Now, the search sparked a social media frenzy and much speculation. What today's inquest will hope to find out is when, where and how Mrs Bulley died. The hearing began with a warning from Dr. James Aidley to those on social media, or so-called TikTok sleuths, who are attempting to speculate about the case. He warned them that if they attempt to disrupt the inquest, they could be jailed for contempt of court. Now, there are a total of 21 witnesses giving evidence at the inquest over the 2 days. These include Nicola Bulley's GP, two members of her family, her partner Paul Ansell and her sister Louise Cunningham. This morning we heard from Alison Armour, who is a Home Office pathologist. She said that the cause of death for Mrs Bulley was likely drowning. This, she thought, was because of typical or classic features found through analysis of Mrs Bulley, such as water in her stomach and lungs, as well as some bruises on her body. She said there was no evidence that Mrs Bulley was assaulted, no evidence of natural disease or third-party involvement, and also alcohol was not to blame. The inquest also heard this morning from PC Matthew Thackray. He's a diver with Lancashire Police and has been diving with police forces for 8 years. He said that there were strong downstream currents in the River Wyre on the day that Miss Bulley went missing on January the 27th, that it was flowing a lot faster than normal, and he said that she could have floated downstream towards the weir where she was found, about 1.5 miles downstream. Now, a third expert to give evidence was Professor Michael Tipton of the University of Portsmouth. He's a world expert in drowning and cold water shock, and he said that Mrs Bulley could have died with just one gasp if she fell into the River Wyre, because it was so cold, just 3.6 degrees on the day she fell in the height of winter. He said that cold water shock normally kicks in at around 10 to 15 degrees of water temperature. He said that cold water shock causes uncontrollable breathing, uncontrollable hyperventilation and raised blood pressure and raised heart rate as well.